Okay, after looking at all kinds of little tidbits of junk and garbage and bits of solder and all kinds of stuff, I decided that a little piece of just a rubber band might be really ideal in there because of its rubberiness. There it goes. I can't believe how hard it is to find little tiny things. Even in a shop like this, I've got all kinds of stuff around, but okay, hopefully we can get that on and it'll stay on. So that explanation I gave about how this thing works is not quite correct, but yes, largely correct. Okay, it's on there. Even though my explanation didn't involve half the parts that are doing the work. Yes. I know I fooled Bobby into thinking I knew what I was talking about. Okay. Here we go again. Just moving a little trip lever out of the way. A deep breath. Just because it looks better, let's put a record on there. Now, I'm not going to cross my fingers. I'm counting on all of you to cross your fingers. Here we go. It's trying. It's interesting. It did something that I know most of these turntables do. When they come up, they then shut back just a touch, and then they come over. I saw it go back. Let's see if it can pick up. I got a huge weight on this thing too. I should set it back. Look at, look at, look at, look at. Whoa. Yeah, there is something that something that when this is lifted up, it could simply be this part here. This is the actual lifting rod that comes up and lifts it up. You know, if this is being lifted up, and hey, this piece has to slide here. You know what I mean? If this is lifting it and holding it, meanwhile that other rubber part is dragging it. This piece has to drag over this surface here. Has to slip. You don't want this to be sticky at all. What's the story on that? I don't know. I don't know. There's an adjustment here too. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Another problem I haven't really spotted before. How come this isn't lifting it? I thought for sure it was lifting it before. Oh! Oh, it's too low. happening there? Looks like I'm at the end of the range of this adjustment, and you can see it as I crank it. It goes up, 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 and then drops. Up, 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 and then drops. I think that's literally me at the end of the thread range on this. Holy smokes, man. Come on. How many more things can there be? We'll take a look with the other camera. And see if we can get a look up in there. See what's going on. What's going on here? What a hard way to learn these things. Ooh, is that a little rubber hood there? Okay. So if this doesn't skid easily, if I push it down, I can feel the friction. Does it look like it's been greased? I don't think I did anything there. These are all things I've never ever really paid close attention to before. Okay, let's go with a Q-tip and alcohol route here. I want this to slip better, so to some degree removing any grease that might be there sounds a little counterproductive to me. Well, look at that spot. What happened? Did I just splash alcohol into the camera lens? Looks like I did. Oh, there's a grippy surface there. there be a grippy surface up there? I'm convinced myself it's supposed to slide over it. And it looks like somebody greased this up for that reason too. And I've completely misinterpreted this whole thing. That's the end of the down. I can't get up over the top of it with the Q-tip here. Fortunately, when I look up into my camera, into my computer screen to see what's going on, it's backwards, and I start I start doing everything backwards. Ooh. What is on the top of that thing? Is that a rubber hood? No, it's a piece of plastic. Feels a little rubbery. I can get my Q-tip in there now. No. Okay, let me try another technique here to get some cleaner in there of some sort. I just pinch a little bit of paper at the end of my pliers. What's on top of that? Look, it's like I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it didn't come off. I don't think that's lubrication. Wow, okay, let's pick it out of there. Hope I'm onto something here. Again, don't look in the screen, Jim. What that feels like the rubber has been worn. And these are frayed edges of rubber here. They don't seem to really want to come off. Oh, it is a rubber. It is a rubber top. Let me pop it off. If I can get it off here. Get it off and get it out of there. There it is. Okay. That's a little interesting. We got another one to look at. Let's look at it under the close-up camera again. Well, that white stuff, it's either debris, rubber that's deteriorated, unfortunate lubrication put in there that shouldn't have been in there, or it's just what it looks like when it's actually physically wearing down. I think the quick peek under the microscope. I think that's where we got to go with this. Okay, so here it is. It's it's sitting on a green piece of plastic. Hang on a second here. Didn't quite have it set the way it needs to be set. There we are. Let's see what it looks like on the top here. Wow, it's got more hair than I do. Wow. What is that? I don't know, is that just from, rubbing the top of this surface over and over and over and turns into that? Wow. I mean, you'd never know that was coming out of rubber. Holy jeez. I don't usually think of rubber as being a material with well, it does have long chain molecules. That's a close-up of it. Wow, it's really even beat up, eh? It's like there's channels cut in it under there. Well, what should we do? I mean, is this stuff causing a problem here? Is this the problem? What's the problem? What's the problem, Jim? What is the real problem here? So let's think for a minute. This piece here, where the rubber part we just looked at has come from, does not travel at all. So, but when the arm travels, it has to slide past this. Yet they've made this with a rubber top and a gripper under here. I think there's two ways of lifting this thing. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to sit and think about this, fiddle around a bit, see if I can sort it all out. As for that rubber piece here, I think the name of the game is to clean all that off and get rid of it. Gee, I don't know how much rubber has converted into this material here. Look, there it looks like there's fibers sticking right out of it. Who knows what they mix in with the rubber when they make it. Those look like fibers. That could be particles from my attempt at the Q-tip and the paper, dragging paper over it. That's probably what those fibers are. Well, let's see if I can clean that off, figure out how this crazy mechanism works. Or I'm going to have to revert to reading up on it, or have somebody else tell me. Now that's no fun. I don't want that to happen. Okay, onward. Okay, so I have a little cap on the end of this screwdriver here to hold it. I don't know if I'm cleaning it off or making more. Maybe these little tidbits just have to be replaced. disappearing. Oh. Okay, that's probably as best I can do anyway. Okay, so let's take a look at it after I've abraded it here. This is on high magnification. Let's flip it to low here. Still lots of that fur on there, isn't there? But it's a lot more black and much shorter fur, if you like. I'm a little worried if I grind that right off, there'll be nothing left of this thing. So no idea if I've done any benefit here at all. Let's see, getting that back on there is not going to be easy. I've already dropped this twice in my shop and gone on a hunting trip. Oh, I just dropped it again. Okay, so I'm going to put that on and we'll see where it gets us. Okay, I really can't imagine that that has helped any at all, but let's give it a try. I'm not even going to bother with a record. It's trying, eh? I'm wondering if somehow, and I can't see how it does this, if there's not two pushers that lift this. So there's this one. Okay, and when you set it down, it's way too low. When you set it down, this isn't going high enough. Another indication that this rubber thing is basically the top of it is gone, it's rubbed off. So when you lift this to move it, you lift it off the bumper. But when you set it down, you don't want it to wander. And that's why it's got the grating under there and the rubber bumper to hold it. So you can put it down, you can come here and then drop it. Oop, I don't want to do that. Yet that same piece is going to stop the arm from being pushed by the part underneath. I got to study this some more. Okay, so more of this mechanism is revealing itself to me, and it's just becoming really complicated all around what I thought was the simplest thing going. So this piece here, this springy metal piece, also is involved in the lifting of the tone arm. And not only is it pushed by the black lever here, it can also be pushed by the cueing mechanism here. So this alone should be enough to lift up the tone arm by operating this metal here as a lever over this fulcrum. The height of this fulcrum is adjustable. So we got too many adjustments going here for me to figure out. So I'm gonna do what I don't like to do. I'm gonna go read something, and because I'm not sure I can fathom this, and I've already stuck quite a bit of time into it, and I really want to figure this out. I'm so close now to understanding virtually the entire mechanism, really for the first time. I really want to get it. So I'm sure I can find an explanation for especially how to adjust all these things and make them work in balance. And I'm just suspecting either some parts have worn out, or someone has done random adjustments, turning these things like this up at the top here, and I've just got the thing so far out of adjustment, it's not working. That's my theory.